Hey, good morning. It's John Chisholm with John Chisholm Enterprises. As I was talking with Sean yesterday on our live broadcast, on our live show, I wanted to talk a little bit more about what I do on a regular basis as far as coaching people, coaching individuals, coaching business owners. You know, of course, business owners are individuals as well. I just want to talk this morning a little bit about Thursday motivations, Thursday thoughts, kind of thought processes that are good to have in the morning. Now, first and foremost, I want to invite you to subscribe to my YouTube page. Now, on that page, you're going to find all of our live broadcasts. There's also going to be some other broadcasts on there that might be helpful to you. I was thinking today about an interaction I had with a business owner yesterday, and it gets down to decisions. So I guess this decision idea, this idea about having the ability to make crystal clear decisions within your business. And I have a few examples about this. I think about last year during COVID. There was a lot of people with a lot of fear, a lot of business owners with a lot of fear around what the future would hold, with great justification. They had no idea, whether or not the state government was going to allow them to open up, or the federal government was going to allow them to open up, or the pandemic was going to go, just go hog wild, and a lot of businesses shut down as a result. But I have to say that there's a lot of carryover from that right now, as far as fear goes, as far as this fear-based business planning goes. And I use my own company as an example, the company that I work for full time. I use my GPAC as an example. As GPAC as a recruiting firm last year actually expanded instead of falling backwards. And it was a proud thing for me to know, an exciting thing for me to know, that there were people that actually, as they were finding themselves, maybe they were between careers, or maybe they were just shut out of a different market, that they came and became a part of GPAC. And a few of these folks that became a part of GPAC during the 2020 year are some of our most successful recruiters right now. This was visionary by Matthew Good, who's kind of the visionary of the business right now. He kind of and he was not looking to do. And I talked to him repeatedly during this thing, is that he did not shrink back from out of fear. Instead of, he said, this is a great time to expand and to blow up. The other thing that was really, really cool about GPAC that I was a part of, observing, is that when COVID hit, we, like a lot of other companies, decided that the best and safest route was to send people home and go remote. Now our business is set up perfect for remote recruiting. We've already got all the stuff in place to make it very, very easy to be a remote recruiter. We've already got, we call it the laptop lifestyle. Pretty much, if we have a laptop, internet, and a phone, we can run this business from anywhere in the world, and people do. And so we had that flexibility kind of already in place, that allowed us to transition away from the office into a remote position. Now, that changed the culture a little bit, but they worked really, really hard on keeping the same type of culture. And I can't describe the culture in the amount of time that I have, but we were able to kind of maintain that part of that culture, other than the loud buzz that goes through the room as a bunch of people are recruiting in an office. It kind of gives you a little bit of energy. You can't really recreate that when you're at home. And if you try to, your significant other probably will throw a boot at you if you try to do that. I know I experienced that. However, so the point being that we have to be able to make decisions, and decisions that come out of a place of having an awareness of how to run your business, and what the best way to go forward in a situation is, and not being afraid to take risks. This is the way that you build business. And so I go back again to 2020. there's a lot of fear around the construction industry, which is I'm a recruiter for, and again, justifiable fear. I mean, we were kind of a lot of the construction companies were under the control of the government, especially the subcontracting firms. When a big time contractor has to stop a project or slow down a project due to state regulations, the subcontractors all of a sudden they lose contracts, and they have to contract rather than to expand. But the companies that are doing the best right now, the companies that are having the strongest 2021, are the companies that had the foresight during the last quarter last year to listen and make decisions about the future of their company. And they hired and they expanded and they got ready for when 2021 came, and all of a sudden in a lot of states and a lot of cities and a lot of places, the doors got flung wide open, and they had that freedom again to go back to work and to start these projects again. But a lot of companies that didn't have the foresight simply did not have the people to be able to do that. And I'm watching across the country. I got my fingers on the pulse of the drywall and paint industry across the country, and I've seen a lot of companies fall off, and I've seen a lot of companies expand and explode, and they're having their best year ever due to the fact that they were able to get those people in place. So decision making is something that comes from a place of confidence and comes from a place of not having to wait and not having to break just knowing what you want and knowing and having a clear vision of where you want your business to go, where you want your personal life to go, having a clear set of goals, having a clear set of objectives. In business, this might look like planning for profitability. How large do you want your company to be, and what do you need to do? What steps do you need to take to get your company to that large area? And the big thing is being able to make the decisions quickly and efficiently in a way that honors your business, honors your mission, honors your vision, but has that confidence in the future to know that if you the only way that you're going to grow and expand, for example, as a company, is to be able to say in my recruiting business, I would say one of the best ways to grow is to add a talented person onto your team. Best way to grow, best way to save the bottom line and top line is to add a person that brings that new fire, that new excitement, that new passion to your business, the right person at the right time. And so recently I've had a couple clients that even though with my clients I coach them along terms of making decisions and being able to make decisions quickly, being able to, for example, in the hiring of a person, you want interviewing a person efficiently, quickly, making the process move forward, because there's a very small group of people that are looking to make a change in our specific professions. There's a very low if they're currently employed, and these are the best people to get. The people that are currently employed are the best people to get. With the people with the proven track records, with a good longevity, they're the best people to go after. And when those people become available and show a willingness to make a change for something better, and you want to hire a person like that, the worst thing you can do is make it a slow process and make it a non-communicative process. The best thing you can do is to make a decision, an informed decision, as quickly as you can. And that's why it's good to use a recruiter. That's why it's also good to have a coach. And that's where I'm talking about today. If you have struggles making decisions, making quick decisions, it can kill your business. A lot of businesses got killed during COVID-19. Again, I have to say there was a lot of extenuating circumstances, but it was those people that kept that vision, that passion, and took risk that are still in business today, that are still in business and still flourishing today. GPAC is a great example of that, and I could name many construction companies that I work with that are great examples of that. But I'll give you another example. And this happens more times than not. I have candidates that want to make a change, and I call up companies, and I've got great clients, and they're very, very responsive, because they know when I'm calling them up, that means that I've got somebody that they want to hear about. I'm not wasting their time. So I have an example of a candidate that I put out in a specific market in the Northeast, and I talked to the candidate, received the candidate's resume, got that candidate out in front of hiring authorities. My hiring authorities always get to see my best candidates first. And one company said, okay, we'd like to interview this person. We require a face-to-face interview. We can schedule that interview on Friday. That was something like 4 days later. I had another company that I called up, and they said, we want to interview this person right now, today. And the candidate, fortunately, was available to interview that day. Within 30 minutes, they had interviewed him. And after the interview, the candidate called me back and said, hey, the interview went great. They offered me a job on the spot. Well, that other company, they couldn't make a decision. They couldn't decide, knowing, and by the way, this Northeast area is extremely hard to find qualified candidates that are willing to make a move. It's very, very hard. It's a very tight-knit market up there. And when this candidate was ready to make a move, the company that jumped on that opportunity and made a quick decision benefited from that. Now I have the same example opposite. I have a company that just the other day interviewed a candidate over the phone. Immediately scheduled a face-to-face interview. The face-to-face interview went very, very well. Later that evening, they dialed up the candidate and said, "Hey, here's some terms that we're thinking about. Would you like to come to work for us?" And the candidate said, "Yes, absolutely. I want to work for you." But the decision got muddled, and the owner of the business started second guessing his decision. And another company came in and took the opportunity to interview the candidate, and meanwhile, while this person's muddling over a decision that he had made, this other company jumped in and interviewed the candidate and made that candidate an offer, and that candidate is hired. So the moral of the story is this: you need to have a clear set of goals, a clear set of vision about what and where you want your company to be. And this goes into your personal life as well. You need to have a personal vision, a personal set of goals, and know where you want to be, at this time next month, at this time next 6 months, at this time next year. You need to have a very clear vision, and you need to be able to articulate how you can reach those goals, how you can reach that vision. And I want to say to you, the best way to do that, whether it's business or whether it's personal, because I believe holistically, if your personal life's a mess, your business life's going to be a mess. If your business life's a mess, especially if you bring it home, your personal life can be a mess. So what you need to do is, what I recommend, and again, this is a little bit self-serving, but the best thing that I ever did, and I never did this before I learned about coaching. The best thing I ever did was to hire a coach. That's the best, by far, bar none, best thing I ever did was hire a coach. And here's what the coach did for me. The coach did not teach me anything new. The coach did not give me anything that I didn't already have within myself. What the coach did, however, was open up the pathways for me to be able to come into a place of awareness, so that I became aware of what I already knew and how to apply it. And the other thing for me that the coach brings to a great relationship is accountability. And the coach doesn't set goals for me. I set goals for myself. And when I go and make a goal, the coach goes and talks to me and says, "How committed are you to make that goal? How committed are you to reach that goal? And what are you going to do? What are the steps? What are the baby steps that are going to lead up to that goal and how committed are you to be able to go for that? And that accountability for me is huge. The other thing that's really, really huge for me within my coaching relationships is just to be able to bleed out my thought process. Because as an entrepreneur, I've got a lot of ideas always going through my head, a lot of marketing ideas always going through my head, a lot of ideas about how to grow and build the business, and being able to spill those out to a person that is just listening to me and listening to what I'm talking about and asking probing questions is really, really personally helpful to me. Now, I say that because not because I'm a coach, and that's what I do. I do the exact same thing that my coach does for me. I do that for other people by asking probing questions. And the value that I bring, especially to business owners, especially to those who are running small to medium-sized businesses, the value that I bring is not that I can tell you 6 steps to better sales, or this is how you want to formulate your marketing department, or this is how you want to build your specific business. What I do is I ask questions. I'm a great asker of questions, and in doing so, I provide insight into yourself, into your psyche, into your unique situations that I can help you become aware of, so that you can formulate your basically the answers are coming from within you, and it's a powerful it's the most powerful process ever, is the ability to break down and to explode comfort zones, to be able to explode to be able to blow up the lid that you have on yourself right now. You can never go beyond your lid. You can never grow beyond your lid. It's impossible, your cap, but you can blow up your lid. You can blow the lid off. You can make the sky the limit with your potential, but you need a coach to do it. You need someone to come alongside you, someone that's your biggest cheerleader, someone that's going to listen to you, someone that if you want them to is going to help hold you accountable to your own goals and to your own and to where you want to be. And that's what I do. I've done it for hundreds of companies under the umbrella of GPAC. They pay my bills. They pay me very, very well to do what I do as a recruiter. With my client companies and with my candidates, I do all this coaching as part of the package that I do with GPAC. But my services have expanded beyond just what I do with GPAC. And I have been able to help companies, help individuals market themselves. I use the term market themselves, become a better version of themselves. I just helped a guy the other day struggling with his company, struggling with his position within his company. And I helped coach him and come alongside him and help him be able to communicate to his superiors about his desires in an effective way. And that person's has a meeting, has gone through the process and gone through the steps, and is progressing towards not instead of leaving his company, staying with his company with a job description and a value that reflects his value to the company that he's brought to the company year in and year out. That's what coaching can do for you. Coaching can do so much for you. Coaching can improve your marriage. Coaching can improve you as a parent. Coaching can improve you as an individual. Coaching can improve you as an employee. Coaching can improve you as an owner, because until the individual, your plans and your business plans and everything else that you have out there, you're developing that business, but that business is going to be only at the level that you are at right now. In order to make your business grow to the next step, you need to expand your mind, you need to expand your understanding, and for that you need a coach. And that's what I do. So that's my thought for today. My name is John Chisholm, and I appreciate you coming in and listening to what I have to say. Just a point of awareness for GPAC. Again, I place professionals in the commercial, specialty contracting industry, commercial drywall, commercial paint, industrial coatings, restoration. I work with companies that do concrete restoration, for example. I work with heavy civil companies. I work with a team that does electrical. I work with a team that does roofing. I work with a team that does what did I miss? HVAC, mechanical. I work with the best mechanical team in the country, and we have a fantastic footprint out there. And if you are whether you're a candidate, a person looking for something better than what you have right now, or you're a company that is in need of talent, under the umbrella of GPAC, John Chisholm, can help you find exactly what you need, exactly what you're looking for. Contact me. The number is 605-277-3729. John.Chisholm@gogpac.com is my contact, is my email. And I want to help you grow. I want to help you become a better you. GPAC is all about that, growing people and companies. Literally, we're all about growing people and companies. And John Chisholm Enterprises is all about growing people. Period. Whether you're a business owner, whether you're a candidate, whether you're a mom, whether you're a dad, whether you're a single, I can help you be a better you, whatever that looks like. Call me today, John Chisholm, 605-251-1216, or the number 1. I'm going to put the graphics up here. The number 180coach.com. That's 180 written out, coach.com is my website. 180coach@gmail.com is my email address. If you want coaching, if you want to know what coaching is all about, give me a call. We can have a virtual cup of coffee together. Give me a call. Let me know. 605-251-1216. The number 1, EIGHTY coach.com. Hey, have a great day.